Is that even the tune? Fine. Yo, welcome back to the channel. I weren't planning on making a video about this, but I'll do it anyway. Why not? Anyway, yeah, so it's a summer house kind of thing. As you can see, I've already started it yesterday, so just going to finish it off today. Show you some little bits and bobs that we're doing. I'll spin the camera around and show you where we're up to, what I've got left to do. Go from there. So starting with the consumer unit, or whatever you want to call it. We've got a conduit running out, trying to keep the conduit to a minimum or hidden. We've got a light here above the bar. Every now and again we've got them fire clips, even though I'm not sure it even counts in this structure, because it's just a wooden structure, it's not a dwelling or anything like that. Come down over here. Down for the light switch is going to be a 3-gang switch. We've got a floodlight out there, and we've got a light either side of the door. Either side of the, yeah, sort of either side of the door. And then we go up there on the other side to them 3 lights there. We then, using the same tube, come round to a socket there for a dartboard, which has got a plug-in light on it. When the door opens, it covers that socket. Obviously you wouldn't want to be retrieving a dart that's been stuck straight into the socket, would you? And then from that we just go down to an outside socket there. And then the rest of it's all on the back wall. So we've got a couple of sockets there, a spur for a heater, and a couple of sockets going here. But I'm going to do all that in black conduit on the back wall and just come rear entry. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that all on the back wall and come rear entry, just to try and keep it to as much of a minimum as possible. Show you the outside of it now. Light either side, and then a Philips floodlight there with a PIR microwave sensor. Comes with a remote as well. Right, so round the back we've got a 10mm armoured that comes from the main house that way. Obviously there's not much space around here, so it's not the neatest because I can't reach very far. But that comes up, whisker box straight into the back, and then I've got my reducer there. I'm going to 20mm tube down and do all the sockets down the back. That way there's less on show, no one's really ever going to see it. These are the screws I use for cleats, the round head screws, because they're big enough to not go in, break the cleat, because that's quite common. And then the armoured runs right round the back of all them bushes. It's a long run, 40 odd metres I think it was, which is why it's 10mm. So yeah, I'm going to start struggling down here, in and out, and get my conduit done. So first I've mounted the sockets where they're going to go on the inside, apart from these two that are below the board. I'm just going to drill through the back of them so I know where the holes are. I'm just going to marry them all up with the conduit. Alright, so there's my first box, that's for the socket up high. I just banged the laser down. Just going to put a couple of clips down. And we've got a hole there and one there, and then we're going to take it up and into the mains board. I'm using these type of saddles. I'm just going to screw a couple of them down there. I'm using them because it's a wooden structure and it naturally will expand or contract, whatever, especially as it starts to dry out the wood, and that just allows movement in the conduit, so rather than the ones that are a bit tighter wrapped around. Hopefully won't get many problems with them. I'm just going to stick a couple down there, then I'm going to do a 90 bend into a through box, and yeah, can't really get much footage here because I can barely move, but all we can do is try. a bit awkward one-handed this. But we'll do it. We'll do it. For your entertainment. There you go. Cables in. There, and there. It's just a bit neater. You don't have to have conduit on that back wall then. Obviously, we've not got much options over here. There's quite a lot of lights going on, switches. There's nothing you can do about that. It's as neat as I'm ever going to get it. So then all I've got to do here is get rid of that dust. Separate the two legs. It's a bit awkward one-handed, so bear with me. Separate the legs like that and put a link in between. Obviously, you've got to try and make sure you always keep your legs separate on when using singles, otherwise you'll end up crossing them over. Same again with that one. Doesn't really matter which leg it is. And then just put a link in between. So that's that wired, as you just seen from the other side. Then round the back of here we got some box lids, brass screws and rubber gaskets that go first. So just to give it a bit of water tightness, so siliconed up. I've even put a little bead of silicone over the top of the box just to stop any water seeping down the back of it. Probably not necessary, it's quite undercover around the back of here anyway. But yeah, why not? I wouldn't normally do that because it's a bit ugly, but no one's going to see anything around here anyway, are they? So I'm going to get them on. We're done. Can move back on in there, start doing the board and the sockets, whatever. Is that even the tune? Have I just done that wrong? It's not even that tune, is it? Or is it? I don't know. Can't remember. Right, so I've sealed up them holes, so I'm just going to give them time to at least skin over a little bit. I'm just going to do the switch and this light and stuff first. And then I'll do the board, leave the sockets and stuff till last. Hello. It's a nice kennel, isn't it, for him? He's going to have beer and everything, this dog. Dartboard. Mental what some people do for the dogs. So there's the switch. You've got a feed in, feed back out. That's a permanent feed back out up to the PIR floodlight. So obviously that's not switched at all, that's just permanently on. Comes with a remote if you want to turn it off. So obviously the feeds are just linked through like that. And we've got 3 switch wires, one for the outside lights either side of the door, one for the bar, and one for them 3. Earth's obviously just where you go up. Obviously you could probably say when you're wiring in singles, what's the point in pulling an earth there? Strictly in case you ever change it for a metal plate, or testing purposes, it's easy to get a test read in there if you want to. Yeah, so why not? Right, that's sockets on. Apart from that spur, I need to check my van for one. I didn't order one for this job because it wasn't part of the original quote anyway. Yeah, that light's a little bit low. It's going to be tied up and hooks on the back of there to get the height. Board is done. Any electricians that are watching, do you all find it harder when it's got less circuits to get a neat board? I mean, obviously it's not that bad. So we've got 2 20 amp radials and then a 6 amp lighting circuit. I was just going to do one radial in here, but it made wiring wise, it made sense to just do a radial for that back wall, which is all external. And then I got a radial through the lighting tube, let's call it, just for that socket and the outside socket. So yeah, it made sense. Obviously I could just double them up, but I've got the spare ways. It's a 4-way board with a main switch. It did actually come with this Type A RCD, but I do away with that, put a main switch in, because that's all they had in stock. So yeah, bit of testing now. Go and connect up the other end of the armoured first, obviously. Do some dead tests and yeah, should be done. Nice little job. I love these jobs. Fuse box all done. Quite nice. Didn't have a spur there, so I had to get a blank plate. And that does the outside lights. Sorry about the flicker. They're not really flickering. But yeah, looks good. I think it looks really nice. Gonna have a couch over there and a TV up on the wall and stuff. That's us done, pretty much. Didn't get much footage because I'm on my own today, so trying to get stuff done. As you can see, I'll spin the camera around actually. Quick look. One of the bulbs missing. And the other switch does the outside lights, which I'll show you in a sec. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Be really happy about that. Leave a comment, like, show us a bit of love. See you on the next one. Peace!